Good evening, everyone. It is March the 6th, and we are going to be doing the absolutely crunchy workout today. So we're going to be working on our abs. Tonight, you're going to need a mat. So if you don't have a mat, if you are on carpet, you're great. If you do have a mat, just have that standing to the side. I already have mine in place mainly, and I'm going to have to move it, but I'm going to use it to work on. If you're on a floor where you're going to slip, you might want to go grab a rug with a non-skid mat underneath it to put your hands on so that you don't slide when you're trying to go into some of these positions. So you want to keep that in mind. You're going to need a single weight. I'm using my 5-pounder here. The modification can always be that when we're doing something, if the weight starts bothering you, don't use the weight. You're also going to need a chair that is braced against the wall. You do not want the chair moving on you while we are doing the exercises that we're going to be doing. We're going to start out. There are 2 songs that we're going to do, and we're going to warm up for the entirety of those 2 songs because I want to make sure we're nice and warm before we start getting into the brain games of this workout. There's no brain games. It's all abs. Okay, here we go. Play for me, Joel. There we go. We're just going to roll the shoulders a little bit. And let's start a little bit of a march here. You want to make sure that your shoulders are rolling from the joint. Okay, so that they're not just here, but they're moving back and forth. Y'all know this. Taking some nice deep breaths in through the nose. And then exhaling out. Let's go to wide stance. And then do out and in. So we're already outside, in and out. In and out. Good. Doesn't matter which way you decide to go. Now let's add a little bit of our rolling squat through there. Good. And let's bring it back to our march and pick those knees up a little bit more. Nice. Shake your hands out. Make sure the blood is coming out of your fingertips. So we're going to do a side step and back. So you're just going to go step and back, step and back. Getting the hips warmed up. Keep up this step as the song changes. And we're going to add arms. So treat it as a side step jack. Where you take your arms, remember this is our stretch. You do want to try to get the elbows up. Nice. Two more. And right back to our march. Now, we're going to go to our skater, which is a lot of times we're doing the skater lunge, but we're going to do the skater lift, which is the wide stance. So take yourself to wide stance. And you're going to lift and lift. So you're swinging your arms as you're lifting that back foot. You're getting a little bit of that torso rotation. You're leaning forward just a little bit. So already you're engaging your core, abs, back, arms, everything's going. Nicely done. You're also warming up your quads, letting your feet and ankles do some work for you. 3, 2, 1. And let's go back to our march. We're going to alternating doing a front lunge. So you just do a gentle front into the knee. And let's add a front arm lift with it. So we're at least getting the shoulder work in there. Nice. Let's do the last one and bring it up. And let's do reverse with push. So you want to do that toe heel. So just pushing the arms back, squeezing the shoulder blades. Good. One more. And we're going to go into a little side center lunge. Remember, when you step out, you're going to press back into that hip. Inside of the leg is getting the stretch. And let's add a little, bring it the elbow across. You're not trying to reach so much as stretch here. So you're getting that torso rotation. Nice. Get a good warm up going here. And let's bring it back to march. Whew. All right. Okay, let me get my little timer of doom here set, because we're just doing everything by a minute. And I'm just going to make it simple, simply set. Get off Facebook here. Good grief. Prep my little thingy. Did I get all the things done? No, I did not. All right, we're going to work for a minute. And then I'm not going to have a resting period per se or cool down per se. I just want us to have the time to change it over. So it's going to be a very simple run. The first thing that we're going to do is a front lunge with opposite twist. So if you step forward with your right foot or your left foot, you're just going to twist to that left side, bringing that right elbow over. And then you're just going to do that here. So notice you're working the lunge, but you're working the core. We're going to do that for 1 minute. We have a 5-second countdown. Take your time, mind your form. So twist it across and return. So focus on keeping the upper body up. You're not leaning into the knee. Just bringing that opposite elbow across, relatively shoulder level. Taking your time to plant your foot, twist, and push back. Good. Take your time. Get into it. Plant there for a moment, and then push out. Excellent. Okay. All right, keep going. We have 10 seconds left. One more. All right, shake your hands out. We're going to go to the chair, and we're going to do mountain climbers. So you'll brace at your chair. What I want you to do is you're going to bring that knee up towards your chest and kind of do a little bit of a rotation here. So it's going to be more bringing the knee across and across. And I'm going to present to you a pattern. We're going to do 4 slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then try to do 4 quickly. And if that doesn't work for you, then continue with your slow 4 ones, being very deliberate about your turning at the waist. Okay? Here we go. Okay. For some reason, I decided to keep on running. I forgot to change that. We're only doing 1 round. Okay, here we go. All right, so go ahead and get your arms set for our mountain climber. Here we go. So knee in and twist, 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 and then try to do 4 quickly. 2, 3, 4, and then 4 slowly. And then 4 quickly. So whatever works for you, if your pattern is a little different, and you can say do 1, 2, and then 4 slow, then do that. If that doesn't work for you at all, then don't do the fast ones. Good. Keep going. 6 seconds left. Get the last couple in. And come up off your chair. Shake your arms out. Going to get a lot of arm work in today, so we'll try to find our opportunities to modify as we need to. The next thing we're going to be doing is the bird dog. Also from the braced chair position. So be mindful of the fact that you have a wall there. So everybody remembers, opposite arm, opposite leg, draw it in and return. We'll do 6 on one side and then change and do 6 on the other. The modifications are, you can just do the arms only reach, or you can do the leg only reach if you need to. And our challenge will be to be on your toes while you're doing it. So I've got a couple of little options going here. All right, go ahead and brace yourself. And we'll bring it back in. Here we go. So you set yourself and do 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set yourself and do 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, this is tricky, yeah. Here we go. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 3s now. 2, 3 as we get closer to the end. And 3, 2, 1. Take a step and bring yourself up into good position. Roll your wrists. All right. We're going to do a hip hinge with a weight drop. So essentially what you're going to do is you're going to go to wide hip hinge position. You're going to have your weight cradled right here. You're going to roll your hips back, keeping your chest up and open, and just drop to about below knee level. You're not trying to go to the floor. It's more of this sit right here. So notice how open my chest is here. I'm not curved in. I'm not looking at the floor. I'm just hanging out right here. Now, Teresa knows what we're doing. This is essentially a modified goblet squat that we're going to be doing forever and ever, or at least a minute. Ready, steady, and let's go. So you're going to sit into your hips and just take your hands to just at knee level and come back up. So you're protecting your back, your belly button's rolled forward. You're working in your hips, but your chest being up and open means that part is working because your arms are long. Good. Just steady. You want to be able to breathe. Now, there are a couple of modifications. You can keep going. If you don't want to use the weight, then you don't use the weight. If you want to challenge it up a little bit, then you can take your fingers to your fingertips to your ears. Okay. And if you wanted to make it extra crunchy, you would take your weight and rest it behind your head, keeping those elbows up and open and your chest up and open. So there are ways of making you talk. All right. We're going to keep the weight. Our next one is a back lunge with an overhead raise. You know how I feel about those. Take this weight up as high as you can. You do your step back lunge, and then you raise it. Now, do the lunge, then do the raise if you're having a wobble balance issue. So you'll want to step, then do the raise, and bring it down, and return. You can do both of them together, but if you're having issues, separate it into one and then the other. If you don't want to do the overhead raise, you can do a single fly here, and you just switch the weight out, you can take the weight out entirely and do goalpost arms up. So the modifications of this, fairly easy to do. 5-second countdown. Get my weight back. Here we go. Remember, you don't want to be looking down at all. Working the abs, and that's where that arm lift comes in. Nice. And think about your lunges as well. Try to get a little bit of knee bend and that back leg, not more than you can handle, but push it right there to that goodness edge. Looking good, everybody. I want to do the fly on these last two. Just to see. And bring it in. All right. Roll the arms. We're still keeping the weight. Go back to hip hinge position. So we're going to do a squat throw. This can be done with the weight or without the weight. You squat to center. And we're going to start off with the weight at our right leg, long arms. Not bent, long arms. So here's the trick. When you squat, you're not squatting to the right. You're squatting to center while your arms are right. And as you come up, you bring them to the left. Pull it in, take it down to the left, squat, and throw it up. Bring it in, take it down. So if you want to stay in a rhythm with me, I will go slow and be very deliberate. A lot of teachers do this very quickly. This is not something we do normally. Wide stance, start with your arms to the right, squat, lift, bring it down, 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 squat, lift. So you just take it down to the side that you just went up on and throw it up, bring it down, and squat. Throw it up, bring it down, and squat. Throw, down, squat. Throw, down, squat. Nice. Keeping those arms long when you take them out there. So, long arms, engaging the core. And if you've got the pattern, you can speed it up. All right, good job, guys. The last one still has the weight involved. Okay, we're gonna do shake weight, oddly enough. So you get in your hip hinge, sit into your hips just a little bit. You can hold the weight like this or like this, and you're going to just kind of keep it right here while you're hinging and shake it. And it's gonna cause your perturbations. It's gonna cause you to rock back and forward, and it's not a big shake, like you're not doing like this, okay? It's just right here. So you want just that little bit of oscillation in your body. If your weight gets to be too heavy and you have a water bottle that is sealed, then you can reach and grab that, and that sloshing in there will help you as well. So you can always modify down to something a little simpler and yet increasingly more complex at the same time. So sit into your hip hinge. Weight is at shoulder level, hold it in, and just shake it right here. So the goal is to hold it at shoulder level and just do that little in and out. This will be the longest one ever. So it's here, getting into my hinge a little bit more. My arms are gonna be so tired. We're just now at 30 seconds, guys. I'm gonna take it down and switch it to heads. So that changes it up for me a little bit. Ooh, heart rate going up, definitely. Right there. 10 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. All right. Put that weight down. We are done with the standing part of it. So we're going to be going to the floor. I'm going to turn one of my other lights on right quick. Because as the sun starts going down, the light starts going away a little bit. All right. I'm going to get down into the clouded area here. I'm also going to move this chair out of the way. Turn my mat at a little bit of an angle for you guys, so you can see what's going on. All right, the first thing that we're going to do is double crunch, double knee. And if you need a modification on this one, if you don't want to go to the floor to do it because you are on the floor on your back, doing a crunch up, and you essentially have your elbows and knees coming in. This one can be done in a chair. And basically you would be doing a low elbow and you would be trying to crunch and bring your elbows in just a little bit while you're doing a knee lift. Keeping your upper body up so you're not curling down to meet your knees. Okay, you can drop your elbows just a scotch. So if you need to do seated, that's how you can do it from the chair. All right. If you're doing it on the floor and you need a modification, you can take your legs into toe tap as part of your crunch. You can do the crunch only. And if you want to challenge yourself, you can do it with one leg up. All right, everybody ready? All right, everybody's disappeared completely. All right, I'm gonna put my timer down on the floor. So go ahead and lay back, go to your crunch position. You're here with your fingertips at your ears and your knees are in, and you're just crunching like this with your feet, doing a little bit of movement. Okay, be mindful of your back and your neck. And here we go. And just modify it as you need to. 3, 2, 1. I'm going to go ahead and do the toe drop method so that I can focus on taking my head up and down at a genteel pace. I've got my fingertips resting at my ears. They're not holding my head. But if you need to support your head, you can totally do that. Just make sure you're not yanking on it and pulling it up. Good. Make sure you're breathing. We're cruising right along now. Five seconds. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and let your head lay down. Woo, take a nice deep breath. All right. We're going to grab a leg and roll ourselves into seated position. I wanted to try to program it where we do all of our stuff on the back and then all of the stuff on the front. But there are so many different variations of planks. I thought that would just break our arms if we did plank, 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 plank without having any breaks. So the next thing we're going to do is a high plank alternating row, which I will demonstrate. I'm going to turn it just a little bit more so you can go into high plank position. So you can start here. Essentially, you're going to row up and take your arm up and go to the other side. You can do this from forearms. You're nice and long. You open up here and here. And then the other modification, which I might do, is long arms from the knees, and I roll sideways. And I take one leg long and I have my knee low so that I'm able to help protect my shoulders and my back. And you do as many as you can in a minute, but you don't race. You're not in a race with anybody. Try to do the best you can. All right. 5-second countdown. position you want to be in, we be rolling. You want to open that body up nice and wide. Stack your hips and your knees and your shoulders. Take your time. When you get that open position, just open it up. Good. Keep going. Keep going. I'm going to reset the music. Do, 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 do. And just start it over at the beginning. I'll try a couple of them from the forearm position. Five seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Bring your knees in and roll back to your heels. The good news is, guys, I have way more exercise than we have time, so I get to skip some of them. All right. Some of the things I think we might not do just simply because it will be out of what we can do. We're going to do a plank row next, so you'll need your weight. This one can be done from the braced chair position, which I'll demonstrate first on my non-braced chair. So you just simply go into your plank at chair position, and you will row up 6 times, and then you'll switch over and do it on the other side 6 times. So if you need to be in the modified position up, you can do that. On the floor, again, long arms, you're going to pull up 6 times, and then switch to the other side. Can be done on high toes or knees, because it's that pull that's going through your abs. Okay? So now that we've got that, let's set our 5-second countdown. And remember, you're just doing 6 before you switch. And if you need to go down to knees position, totally okay. We're in the do 2 or 3 now. And then sit back. Woo! How are we doing? Heart rate up? I know mine is. Okay. I'm looking at my list going, we'll take that one out because I know people have some issues. We're not going to do that one. All right. We're going to do one more on the forearms. This one also can be done from the chair position. And I'll demonstrate that one first. So you'll have one forearm down, and you'll be bracing with the outside arm. The arm you're bracing with high is the leg you're going to lift. And you'll lift it here, leading with your heel. You'll lift it 6 times. Touch the toe to the floor, however you want to do it. Then you'll need to switch, brace, and lift the other leg. On the floor, it's done the same way. Forearm is down. The arm that's bowed and braced is the leg that comes up. All right? So we'll do that one. Whew. I was ambitious tonight, guys. We're not going to be that ambitious. All right. Leading with that heel, trying not to kick the table behind me. And then you switch your forearms and brace. Lead with the heel. Switch your forearms and brace. Lead with your heel. Switch. Switch, get to 3s now. Switch. When you're ready. Probably time for one more set. And then go ahead and roll yourself back. Whew. How are we doing? Okay. All right, guys. All right, let me take a look here. Russian twist. So we're going to go to seated. You can do this in the chair. You can do this on the floor. You have your weight. Now, the goal here is to keep the weight close to your chest, like this. The weight is literally resting on my chest. I've got my knees slightly bent because I'm sitting on the floor. It's your upper body that rotates. So you're going here and here, holding this tight, not leaning back any more than maybe 80, 75. And if you've got your elbows down, basically you're trying to tuck your elbow towards your back pocket. In a chair, you still sit up. Same thing. Weight is on your chest. Chest does the turning. All right, here we go. And 5, 3, 2, 1. So you're just going to go here and here. We generally do these in the chairs as elbow drops or shoulder drops. But you keep that weight plastered to you. The weight does not move out and about. Good. You can slow it down and really get into the turn. And then do a couple of quick ones. And then slow it down. However you need to do it. We have 20 seconds left. Good, good, good. All right, sit forward. All right, the next thing we're gonna do, all right, we're gonna do 3 more things and we're gonna be on our back for the rest of them. So let me tell you what they are. We're gonna do a leg bridge. So if you can do a regular bridge, that's what we're gonna do. A one-legged bridge is simply bringing one foot up off the ground, and you can simply cross that leg over your knee. You would do 6 on one leg, 6 on the other from the bridge position. Then we're going to do reverse sit-ups, which can be done in the chair if you need to do them. And then we're going to be doing windshield wipers going into our cool down. So the windshield wipers are when you lay flat and you're rolling your hips from side to side using your core to move them around. So you're going to do the one-legged bridge. There's not a modification I know of that you can do from a chair. So if you can go to the floor, you don't need your weight. Just take yourself to your favorite bridge position. Because we all have one of those, you know that's right. All right. Get your back settled. Now, if you want to do it the way you can do it with one leg straight out, you can cross it over and do that lift and lower. You're doing 6, 5-second countdown. I'm going to do it with my leg crossed and do my 6 and then switch and go. And then you just change your leg, cross it over and lift. Good. Take the time to get yourself set and lift it up there. Last set. Get all 6 of these in. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Draw your knees in. Roll yourself to sitting. If you need to do this one on the chair, you can totally do it on the chair. So if you're on the chair, you're going to lift your knees, push them out, and draw them back in. If you need to, you can push them out, draw them in, do a toe tap, or just do toe taps. From the floor, you lean back, draw your feet in, and stretch yourself out. So you're here, and you're pulling yourself back in. All right, here we go. Come back to me. 5 seconds. Feet in. And here we go. They call this a reverse sit-up. You're very braced. If you need to, you can do one leg at a time. And take it out. Because that works too. Doesn't stop your abs from working. You can just do a little bit of a reverse press right here. Take the legs out of it. So make sure you're braced and not going deep into your shoulders. Good. 10 seconds left. All right. Come up to the seated position. Ooh, one left, and then we are going to cool down. So, yeah, I had a very ambitious list, and a good instructor knows when it's beyond what we're going to be able to do tonight and still be able to walk around in the morning with arms at work. So you're going to lay back on your back, putting your hands out to the side, draw your knees to your chest, keeping your hands braced. You're going to roll your hips from one side, center, and the other. And you want to do this fairly slowly and steadily, being mindful of how your back reacts to that movement. Consider it the beginning of our stretch and cool down. We got 1 minute. And you're just going to roll it from one side, keeping those knees pulled in. All right. Got to be careful about my right side because that's also where my pack is. There we go. Keep those knees drawn in. They tend to want to crawl out. And not to mention, as you go along, depending on what kind of mat you're on, your shirt will crawl too. Good. Slow it down just a little bit. Hang out on the edge of that lay. You're doing that roll. You want to hold it there and then pull it in. Got time for one more. And bring it in. Feet down. If you're still on the floor, just go ahead and press up into that glute bridge. Turn your palms so they're facing up. Lift your toes so you're driving your heels in the floor, and then put your toes down and spread them out. You're up on your shoulders, and I want you to lay it down one vertebrae at a time. Just take a moment. When you get to mid-back, don't worry about trying to make that part flat there. Just let you go into your hips. And we're going to grab a leg and roll ourselves up. Take your time. We do want to come all the way up so that we can do our cool down. Get this back in the pocket. I'm going to turn this way because it looks more better when I do that. All right. Let me get myself out of the glow here, guys. Just a little bit. All right. Let's start our cool down. We're just going to march with this groove. Keep it low. Feet are barely moving, barely leaving the ground. And walk them into a wider stance. Let's go. Side, center, side, center, side, center, side, center. Now hip and center, hip and center. Keep it gentle. It's a stretch. 2 more. And march it back in with our little swag. We're going to go into a reverse lunge, just working on the toe heel, focusing on the stretch in the top of the back of your calf. Upper body is up. So go ahead and take your shoulder blades back as you do this. Press your shoulder blades together. We'll do about 8 of these. This is number 4. So press back into your toes, that heel to the floor. Number 6, 7, and 8. Good. We're going to do a forward lunge with a big open and return. So you're just going to go here and pull it back in for 8. So it's about the stretch. Hold it. Get your stretch and pull it back in. Upper body is up, so you're not leaning forward into it. In fact, you're leaning back a little bit. We have 3 more to do. Now 2. And 1. And I just want us to do a little step 2, sway the arms. So you're just rolling them and you come and let them drape. Focus on the arm that's the outside bent, lifting that shoulder up in here, bringing that elbow up and stretching it. 2 more, 1 to the left and 1 to the right. And hands down, roll our shoulders. Let's do a little bit of our skater that we were doing a while ago. So I want you to bring the foot up, go into that balance. Let's change it into a little bit of a turn. So you're turning, take the opposite arm towards your heel. Give you a target there. It's fine if you overshoot. 2 more. All right. Let's do a jack and down. Jack and down. So yes, you're open when you're down. 2 more. 1 and 2. Roll into a hip hinge position. Belly button going towards the top of the thighs, then add the knee bend. You're just going to go into your deep squat, rest your elbows. Let your back relax. 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll it up. Go right into shoulder roll. Clasp your hands and roll those shoulders in. Tuck your chin. 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe it up. Hands behind and clasp at the wrist. So you're at your wrist right here. Shrug your shoulders back, chin up. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Chin to neutral. Relax your shoulders. Switch hands. So you get that even pull. Ready? Gonna take it all back. Chin up, shoulders back. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll it in. Release your hands. Shake them out. Fingertips. Heel toe walk in. Little hula hips. And you guys, we are done. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight. We'll catch you on the flip side.